Okay, so we are live on YouTube. Is the recording also on?
No, we'll be only live. We can pause the recording there on YouTube Studio.
Okay,
I'll
so we
take
are
care of it.
okay. So we are not recording this meeting, are you saying?
It will be recorded on YouTube itself.
Okay, all right. So should we get started then?
We can start.
Okay, cool. Okay, good morning everyone. How's the Josh?
Hi, sir.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Very high.
Excellent. So welcome everyone to this meeting number 65 of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I'm Vishal Mehta, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I would like to begin by stating the mission of a Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, I would like to mention the three ground rules that we follow in Toastmasters Club meeting. First, kindly switch off or put your phone in the silent mode. Second, refrain from talking about the three taboo topics: politics, religion, and sex. Third, please do not crosstalk while in the meeting. Now, since we are in the online Zoom meeting environment, there are a few instructions that we need to follow. All the speakers and role bearers are requested to prefix their role to their names if they have not already done, so that it's easier to identify them. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. I request the speakers to also confirm if they can see the timer cards before starting the speech. I would request you not to type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking, as it may disturb the speaker. You can use the private chat to provide the feedback. Do not click on the share screen button unless your speech or role requires you to do so. You can display a high five or a namaste when taking over or leaving from a role. You can connect with me for any technical glitch. I'm also the Zoom master for today's meeting. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservations while you're giving your speech, please let us know and we will pause the recording. There are a couple of ways to give applause. If your video is on, you can clap like this or use the reaction button on your Zoom screen and click the clap icon. Today, we have a very innovative and interesting session lined up. So let's get started. It's my privilege and pleasure to welcome the presiding officer for today's meeting. He is fun-loving, hardworking, and an adventurous person. He is shy yet adventurous, foodie yet fitness conscious, traditional yet open-minded. He is working as a key account manager in a UK-based MNC. His hobbies are reading, learning new language, cooking, watching TV series, and, if I may add, one of his hobbies is also to help our club's membership numbers grow at a phenomenal pace. With thunderous applause, let us welcome a VP of membership and the presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Raghav. Over to you, presiding officer Raghav.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 65th meeting of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Winston Churchill once said, "To improve is to change, and to be perfect is to change often." Change, such an inevitable thing in all of our lives, isn't it? In fact, two things that is happening very soon is coming to my mind right now. The first one is a very life-changing one for me. It's happening on 12 December. Lot of excitement, happiness, and a little bit of fear. The happiness is because I am going to be sharing my happiness, sorrow with another person. And the fear is because, am I going to lose my freedom and my space? Or am I going to be controlled for the rest of my life? Yes, you guessed it correctly. Actually, I am getting married on 12 December. Yeah. So that's one very big change coming to my life. And all of you are invited, by the way.
We didn't have the drum roll for that, Raghav.
Maybe Zoom Master can play. Okay, so the second change is that a new XCOM team is going to take charge from 1st July onwards. A warm congratulations to all new XCOM members. So before I introduce the Toastmaster of the day, let's see if we have any guest in today's meeting. I can see guest Karishma. Guest Karishma, do you want to introduce yourself and maybe tell us what brought you to Toastmasters? Karishma, are you there?
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hi. Yeah. So I am Karishma, and currently I'm working as a freelancer in digital marketing, taking a project in performance marketing. Yeah. So basically an engineer by profession, but marketeer by choice. Yeah. So yeah. And yeah. Uh, your second question was what brought me to Toastmasters, right?
Toastmasters, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the fear of public speaking, if I have to be super honest. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to, remove that fear completely. So this wasn't there earlier when we all were working from offices, but since past 2.5 years, we have been working from home. So
Right.
the connect is not there. And now suddenly one day I felt, okay, I am getting a little anxiety, and I'm getting a bit nervous while speaking in front of people. So I researched about it a bit. I read a few articles, and that's how I came to know about Toastmasters. And I loved the concept. It's yeah, I'm sure it's going to help me. It's very interesting as well. Yeah.
Absolutely, and you are in the right platform, and I hope you enjoy today's meeting. And we are looking forward to have you as member of our club, Victoria.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time to introduce the Toastmaster of the day. Our Toastmaster of the day is working in a logistics company. His hobbies are learning something new every day, reading books and novels, and making new dishes and serving. Wow, that's beautiful. Maybe I can learn a thing or two from you before my big day. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster of the day, Ajay. Over to you, Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Raghav. So please confirm I am visible and
Yes,
voice
you
is
are.
clear. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghav, for the warm introduction. It is my pleasure to serve as the Toastmaster of the day. Dreams are imagination that turns into reality. Sometimes miracle starts to happen when you give as much energy to your dreams. It is only occurred when you dream big with all your hearts, then only you will be able to achieve a big. Dreams keep us alive and drive us. Some of the legends in Indian history and my favorites, such as ex-President APJ Abdul Kalam, in cricket Rahul Dravid, MS Dhoni. I always inspired them about their achievement. Never give up attitude, down to earth, is truly unbelievable and motivating me forever. Everyone has their thought, resolutions, dreams, and ambitions in life. It could be anything like in childhood, you had dreamed to become a doctor, but you are now working in the finance. In childhood, you had dreamed to serve the nation, to join in military, but you are in the IT. Almost everyone dreams of something while growing up. We all have ambitions when we are little, and it always changes as we grow up. Ambitions lead us to firm aim in life. Likewise, they help us focus on our goal no matter the cost. It drives us to better in life. Ambitions differ from one person to another. Let me ask someone in our club to share about their dreams and ambitions. Toastmaster Ritik, could you please come up and say a few words about your dreams and ambitions in your life? 1 or 2 lines.
That was unexpected, TMoD Ajay, but I'll answer it.
Yeah.
So I have only one dream. To be precisely, I want to become the JP Morgan of India.
Amazing.
And the dream is to become a trillionaire in India. So that's the dream. Other things are just goals. That's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ritik. I choose first you because you are the table topic master. So I thought, let's give you a spontaneous reply from your side.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Toastmaster Raghav.
Yeah.
Share something, 1 or 2 lines
Absolutely.
about your dreams and ambitions.
My dreams keep changing so fast. Even I get shocked by the pace of it. From childhood, countless number of times my dreams have changed. In childhood, I wanted to be an IAS officer. Of course, that didn't happen. Right now, I'm in sales. But even right now, I'm just thinking maybe I can just move on to sales and do something else. And I just did a course on creative writing. Right now, my mind is stuck at I want to be a writer going forward. Maybe 10, 15 years I want to work, then I want to be a professional writer. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but trust me, I'm going to put my heart and soul in it. Because I kind of enjoy writing new things, fiction and mysteries, adventures and all those stuff. So that's my dream, to become a very successful writer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raghav. It is amazing. It's amazing. Indeed, dreams and ambitions is the driving force that makes us work hard for achieving our goals. It is necessary to be ambitious in our life so that there will be a motive behind our living. Without a motive, life is like a burden. A famous quote by British American writer Jackie Collins says, if you want to achieve your dreams, you must follow them. And the best way to follow them is not to think about wanting to be very rich, but to think about doing something that you really want to do. Now, let me explain how a Toastmasters session is going to be conducted. The Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 parts. The first part consists of prepared speeches, wherein our members deliver their prepared speeches for 5 to 7 minutes. The second part is the fun-filled table topic session, which is my favorite, where any of our members can participate, or even our guest may participate for a 1 to 2 minute speech on a topic given by the table topic master. Number 3. Third part is the most important, called as a feedback session, where our general evaluator for the day will give a report on the entire meeting's day. For a successful meeting, we have tag teams. Let me call the timer Toastmaster Chetan for timing guidelines. But before, Chetan, before you begin the objective of your role, may I ask something about today's theme? Yeah? It's okay? Okay. So what was your childhood dreams and you have achieved? Toastmaster Chetan,
Yeah,
what was your childhood dream and you have achieved?
yeah. My childhood dream was to become a good cricketer. Yeah, but as my family background was not that strong, even financially, so I studied hard and tried to become engineer. So though I could not become the cricketer, but I'm successful as an engineer, and I'm happy about it.
Amazing, Toastmaster Chetan. So you can go ahead with your objective for the timer's role.
Yeah. So hi everyone, good morning. As a timer, I'll be helping speeches to express their thoughts, speakers to express their thoughts with allotted time limits. My duty is to time prepared speeches, table topics, and speech evolutions. To help me in performing my role, I have a set of 3 colors. First one is a green that qualifies time for the speeches. Then we have yellow card that represents a target time for the speeches, and then we have final card, that is red card, that is a maximum allocated time for the speeches. Okay, for icebreaker speech, I'll show green card at 5 minutes, then yellow card at 6 minutes, and then red card at 7 minutes. For prepared speeches, I'll show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For prepared speeches, we have allotted time as for prepared speeches, we have grace period of 30 seconds. Okay, and I'll present the time report when I'll be called upon by the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, timer Chetan. So the next tag team, let me call the R counter, Toastmaster Vishal Mehta for R counter guidelines. So Toastmaster Vishal Mehta, before you begin the objective of your role, may I ask something about today's theme?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What was your childhood dream that still not achieved? What was your childhood dream that still not achieved? Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
So yes, I believe in childhood we have such multiple things that we want to become, and so many dreams are there. I remember when I was a child, and I bought my police uniform and I wore it once, and I was like so fascinated with that. I even actually went out somewhere wearing that too. And now thinking of that, I think it would have been so funny. Just imagine you're in a restaurant and a kid walks in wearing a police uniform. But yeah, that's like, kid. But yeah, I think that was like one of my dreams to maybe become a police officer that I really could not become, and I just became an engineer instead.
Amazing. Yeah, you can go ahead with your objective,
Yes.
Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you. Thank you, TMoD Ajay. So good morning again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as the R counter today is to record the unnecessary sounds used by the speakers and the role bearers. They include the crutch sounds, the filler sounds, but, like, so, okay, filler phrases, and so, etc., and some extremely long pauses. The crutch words or filler sounds obstruct the smooth flow of the speech and can be annoying to the listeners at the same time, decreasing the value of speech. Therefore, the R counter notes these words and phrases in order to help the speaker become more aware of them and minimize the use of these words and phrases in the future. I will present the R counter report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. So our third tag team, let me call the grammarian, Toastmaster Sandeep Jain for grammarian guidelines. So Toastmaster Sandeep, before you begin the objective of your role, may I ask something about your today's theme?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. So what was your childhood dream that you are still chasing to achieve? What was your childhood dream that you are still chasing to achieve?
So my childhood dream was something which I've stopped chasing right now because it's too late. I wanted to become a fantastic tennis player, tennis and lawn tennis. Basically, I used to watch Johan Lendl and Steffi Graf and Sabatini, and I was born in that age. Boris Becker and I used to watch them a lot over TV. But I've stopped chasing it because, and what I used to do is, I used to, from my school, I did not used to go home straight away directly. I used to go to a court where I used to watch tennis players play in the playground. We were, short of finances to afford the racket, as well as, the interest part at home was also very It was missing at home, the sports part and all those things. So nobody encouraged me to get into sports. We always found that to be a non-value added thing at home, though, yeah, so that was my dream. Can't be fulfilled.
So you can go ahead with the objective of your role, Toastmaster Vishal. Sandeep.
Thank you so much, TMoD, Ajay, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. As grammarian, my responsibility will be to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any not so correct usage of the English language, as well as examples of good usage. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is embellish. Embellish, which means to make something more beautiful, handsome, by adding decoration to it. I'll give you a practical use of it. As my senior colleague normally uses this word. The presentation draft is ready. We need to embellish it with illustrations, examples, and aesthetics. The second example, you can embellish your child's current wardrobe to create something original. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Whenever any speaker on the stage uses the word of the day in the right context, I would request the audience to show a silent thumbs up as sign of as mark of appreciation. I will give a word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep. It was nice. Nicely you said. Okay. So our next sessions. Let me share about my dreams and ambitions in my life. Actually, I belong to a lower middle class family. When I was in the school in childhood, we stay in a small one-room kitchen along with my 4 siblings and my parents. They did best for our education, whatever they had capacity at that moment. And I'm blessed for that. There was a struggle during my exams, board preparations, because of less space at home. I had to study on footpath where there were enough lights at the night time, and daytime I used to go at the nearby temple to study. Time has changed, but eager to learn, do better to is keep motivating me inside. This keeps me alive, my dreams. Now, let's achieve our dream for the next session, prepared speeches. It's time now, go for the session. Let me call the first evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, to read the objective of the first speaker, Toastmaster Harsh Mehta.
Thank you, TMoD.
Toastmaster, yeah.
So today, the speaker Harsh Mehta, he's going to complete his level 1 P2 in the pathway persuasive speaking. The timer, please note the time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The purpose for the speech is to review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. All the best, Harsh. Over to you, TMoD.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehak. Toastmaster Harsh Mehta. It's not the person, it is the situation. It is not the person, it is the situations. Toastmaster Harsh Mehta, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay. A man is known for the shoes he wears. A high-designed luxurious shoes give us an idea, or to be honest, to be judged, and they are from a high or a rich family background. On the other hand, a person wearing slippers or chappals is to be considered from a middle class and a low class. Nowadays, we judge too easily. But do we ever think why the person is wearing a chappal or a slipper? Maybe because of rain, maybe because of something funny, or maybe because of shoe bag. But we do not think about that. We just come to a conclusion. When I first started working after college, I went into advertising. My job was client services. The only job which I had to do was to collect creative from the creative team for the client and give it to them. That's it. My job was even simpler than the HR's job. Tell them what to do, wait till the person finishes it and give it to them. I did the same and I excelled in it. But at the very first day, at the end of the day, I was surprised to see nothing in my inbox because I'd already asked the creative team to send me the creative, but they did not send me anything. I got furious and went to the creative team. I haven't received anything. They told me not possible today. I just ignored me. I failed miserably. I had committed everything to the client and I couldn't do anything. However, I always like to take up challenges. I am not an easy person. I always like things in a difficult way. So the next day, I didn't lose hope. Very excitedly, I made a whole plan of new things. I made a sequence, I made a checklist, I made a smooth chain of communication so that everyone is liked. Did my very best to be kind so that everyone likes me because I had to get the work done for them. It was all set to become the most awesome client servicing guy who was loved by everyone because of my new so-called world-class method. The next day was no different. I failed even more miserably. I was depressed, hopeless, and helpless. I went to my boss and told, no one listens to me, you should fire them. Just after 2 days. Please don't judge me, I was just 18 that time. They couldn't even finish one thing at a time. I kept on ranting. My boss very calmly and nicely just told me one thing. Tomorrow when you come, spend the entire day with the creative team just by watching them. I did that. I went the next day and just started with the creative team. It was an eye-opener for me. I felt so horrendous about myself and I figured out so many flaws in my so-called world-class system. Until that time, I never knew the creative process was so difficult. Keep on thinking of new ideas every day, draw inspiration from new things, and after all that, you have to maintain relevance. They were so loaded with work and they were so understaffed. In fact, they were working very much fast compared to the resources they are being given. It was practically impossible for them to give an exact confirmation of when they can get the creative. I was being so unrealistic to them by judging them. And I was in fact judging them by the end of the day for being so kind to me and my ranting. Henceforth, in every situation, from buying vegetables to client meeting, everywhere I used this technique. And before making any decision or making any strong statement, I just asked myself one question. Is it the person or it is the situation? Why are they doing this? Is there some reason behind it? Maybe or may not. Doing this every time makes every conversation, discussion, negotiation much, much better. With too little effort, it makes the relationship stronger and much more relevant. It gives you a lot of information and understanding about the conversation, and the decision making makes it very much easier. It answers all your questions, makes separate things, makes you a better person, and of course, a more liked person. It just organizes everything like a mouse click. And the best part is you can do it in your own way, and that is what will make all the difference. This technique has helped me to embellish my career. Like anything, it still keeps on surprising me regularly. After that day, I no longer needed my world-class system. What I needed was just to consider and think about them and their situation. Now, if we go to back to our childhood, then argue, be stubborn, cry, be angry about unnecessary things which they don't get because they don't understand why they are not getting it what they wanted. They don't realize they are being unreasonable. They get angry at the person who is not fulfilling their demand and consider him as a person who doesn't like them and never understand why or think it is for their own benefit. But however, forgets everything the next day. Now, as adults, we many times behave like kids and do not consider other person's situation, argue, be stubborn, be angry without thinking about why. However, as adults, we do not forget the things very next day and always remember it and keep on repeating the same thing and bring the bitterness in our relationship. This technique has made me learn so many different things in life, made me look at the bigger picture, and after that, there was no going back. my mindset and ideology kept growing. Slowly, I realized this is how the most successful managers and the CEOs think and make decisions. Many times, my boss and I come up with the same solution to the same problem. It's so fun to see that you're leveling up with your boss. A man is known for the shoes he wears. Really? Let's rethink this phrase. I would like to say, a man is known by the way he imagines himself in someone else's shoes. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Yeah, it was a great speech indeed. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harsh. So our next, our second evaluator, Toastmaster Sharika, to read objective of the first second speaker, Toastmaster Angelbert. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharika.
Thank you, TMoD. My speaker today, the purpose of this project is attempting his L2P2. The purpose of his project is for the members to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the purpose of this speech is for the members to share some aspect of previous experience as a project. So that's a purpose statement for my speaker, Engelbert. Good luck, Engelbert. Toastmaster Engelbert, over to you. Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Engelbert, to find your better version. To find your better version. Toastmaster Engelbert, over to you.
So firstly, before I begin, let me thank each and every one of you for helping me to embellish in my journey of learning, day on day, month on month, So, and in this very good note, I would just like to take a poll. Kindly raise your hand of all those who have joined Toastmaster, with to better your speaking skills. Okay, we have so many hands. Very good. In fact, everybody. Okay. Second, to better your leadership skills. Wow. Yeah, we have a lot of repeat of hands. Very good. And third is networking skills. Okay. Wow. So I can say all of us, literally all of us, we can conclude, have joined here to become better in something or the other, right? Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my guest. Today, my topic is nothing but already said earlier by Toastmaster of the day. I'm going to divide my speech into three parts. Okay, so the first part will be the testimony. Second, the role or the need of a mentor. And third, what can each one of us take home today once we understand the role of mentorship. Starting with my testimony. So earlier, as a growing child, obviously I could not compete because I was not that good in studies. So I started developing, knowingly or unknowingly, I started developing, inferiority complex. I am not like others, or I am not like as competitive as others, because the parameter of judgment was marks. And that one thing always brought me into an inferiority complex, and that led to becoming more and more like an introvert. Okay, though my nature was not that, but it started like a coat, like a covering, it started covering me more and more. So there's one person who identified the problem, and that was my first mentor in life. That was my mother. So she started giving me opportunities, platforms in public speaking or in any voluntary association. She would push me, she would train me, she would write scripts, she would make me practice for hours together in front of her. And then she would also be on the day, she would sit at the last bench and she would, write, critically evaluate me. And as soon as I come home, she would appreciate me. And then she would start telling me, okay, see, this was the area where you should improve, where you could, do that. So the main thing what she taught me is to come out of my fear. The second mentor is somebody who's in my office. Is basically, in fact, this person is my client. And he always rejects whenever I come with a media call or with an average answer, which anybody could do it, he will just reject in a nice way, in the most sweetest way, and he would say, I think you can do it much better, and he would give me some hints and say, you go and you come back when you are 80% ready. So every time I go to him, he would reject and he would say, when you're 80% ready, you come back. And that challenges me. In fact, just recently I had taken an initiative of having a training program. I came with all the activities, I kept everything print out ready, and I went to Mr. Rafi, my mentor, and I showed him, sir, I'm all ready for the activity. And 80% of the things he said, I think this is not for the corporate, this is for college students. Go and work and come. And at the end result was something very extraordinary came out because of that mentorship, the right mentorship, what he gave me at the right time. And the third mentor is, I think, he's mentor for most of us, or I could say 90% of us. That is Mr. Babu sir, and he's one person who always taught me to think 6 months down the line, and not just levels or not just the speeches, but also think a little beyond what we learn in Toastmasters. So, keeping all these three examples, what are the three lessons what we learned? Is just like an onion. We cannot use directly in cooking. We need to peel it off. We need to remove all the fears. The first challenge is to remove the impurity or remove the fears. Second is to challenge ourselves to do much better than what we think we can do. And the third is to be a visionary person, not just meeting targets of today or the present, but also thinking 1 year down the line, 10 years down the line. And I would like to end this by saying, are you finding your mentor? Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Angelbert. Yeah, I'm finding my mentor. Thank you so much for your great speech. It was really indeed inspiring. So let me call the third evaluator, Toastmaster Sudha, to read the objective of the third speaker, Toastmaster Joy.
Thank you so much, TMoD. Today, my speaker is attempting his L4P1 speech. The purpose of the project is for the member to develop their method for giving impromptu speeches and practice adapting rehearsed stories during a presentation. A very interesting objective, and we're really looking forward to this speech. This is on the power of humor in an impromptu speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, and wish you the best, my speaker, Toastmaster Joy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudha. So, Toastmaster Joy, 1, you have unexpectedly won an award or other recognition. You are asked to say a few words. Over to you, Joy.
Okay, sorry, TMoD, before I start, can we get the timer guideline set? Because I think the timer has not been told.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It is time is 2 to 3 minutes per situation. So there will be 2 situations, and the total time for the speech is 6 minutes. It's a little bit different timing guidelines. So maybe timer, just look for 2 situations and time it for 2 to 3 minutes, and then overall 6 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Timer, you can choose evaluation 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah. So, Toastmaster Joy, can I repeat again?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Number 1, you have unexpectedly won an award or other recognition. You are asked to say a few words. Over to you, Toastmaster Joy.
Well, sorry for the delay in coming up here. I am just not used to hearing my name being called for receiving an award. The last time I heard my name and award in the same sentence is when my wife said, you should get the Husband of the Year award. And I looked at her with hope. Of course, she was joking. I was being roasted that day. So when they called my name here earlier, I turned to my wife and asked, am I being roasted again right now? So anyhow, I don't have a speech prepared for this occasion. Actually, I used to have one, several years ago when I was first invited to these award ceremonies. I was so sure to win. I spent a bomb on buying the best, most expensive suit. And I hired Toastmaster Babu Narayan to write a thank you speech. So somebody told me he is the best. And he is. I mean, I saw the speech. It was embellished. So I got Babu Narayan to write all my speeches in advance. Marriage vows, eulogy in case there was a death in the family, toast for my kid's wedding whenever that happens. So I didn't win that year, so never had a chance to make that speech. And because Babu Narayan doesn't give any refunds, so I folded that speech and all the other speeches and tucked it nicely into my very expensive suit pocket. And then I wore the same suit for the next few years, hoping I would win, but never did. I thought the suit was cursed. So I wore it again for my marriage. And in the church, at the altar, when the priest asked me to say my vows, I pulled out the paper and started reading. Feels nice to finally get my hands on one of these. I immediately knew something was off, but I had to make sure. So I read the next line. Tonight, when I go to bed, I'm going to tuck her under my pillow. Now, that's when the priest had to whisper in my ear, wrong pocket, son. And that is when I realized I was using the thank you speech for the award. Few more lines of that speech, and that would have been the shortest wedding ever. Nevertheless, I wore that suit again for my mother-in-law's funeral. And this time I was supposed to do the eulogy. Again, pulled out one of the speeches, started reading the first line. I pledge this solemn vow to protect you from harm always. I promise to be your navigator. I promise to honor, love, and keep you from harm through all of life's adventures. Wherever we go, we'll go together. The same priest once again whispered in my ear, wrong pocket, sir. My wife burned all my speeches that day. Some speech writer, that Babu Narayan. So anyways, long story short, I don't have a speech no more. I don't have that expensive suit. I also don't have that priest to whisper in my ear. I just wanted to say thank you for this award. It means a lot. And if you happen to discover that this was all a mistake or a typo, I will completely understand. Thank you. And back to you, TMoD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joy. The second situation for you, Toastmaster Joy. There is sudden thunderstorm at a picnic for a large family reunion. Everyone is stuck in a gazebo. You decide to speak for a few minutes to entertain the group while the rain passes. Over to you, Toastmaster Joy.
Hey all, now that we're all stuck here, I'd like to get something off my chest and come clean. So I know everyone was shocked and stunned to see that we didn't have a wedding car for my sister's marriage last month. I wanted to explain about that. Well, it so happened that I was put in charge of making all the arrangements for the wedding. And by all arrangements, I mean arrangements specific to the wedding car. And in the hullabaloo of things, I completely forgot to book the car until one day prior to the wedding. And by then it was too late. So I decided to turn to my friends who have cars. I thought I could request them to lend their car for the wedding. So I called a friend. Hey, can I borrow your car for my sister's wedding tomorrow? Sure, bro, but there's just one problem. The AC is short. You'll have to use it with the windows down. That's not going to look very good. It's hot outside. Okay, you can use a baby fan. Baby fan? Yeah, you know the one that you can connect to your phone and point it anywhere you like? Why can't you just fix the AC? Shouldn't take a lot of time. You know, I would, but I'm turning carbon neutral. You know, that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? You can give up your whole car if you want to turn carbon neutral. Yeah, bro, I'm doing exactly that, but piece by piece. So anywho, I called my second friend and this is what he said. Dude, I would love you to have my car, but there's just one problem. You see, the middle seat in the passenger row has a spring loose, so nobody can sit there. So the bride and the groom, they have to sit in the corners. That sounds like a divorce car. Can't you do anything about that? Yeah, I did, buddy. I took a lot of cushions from home and put them on the middle seat. Okay, so that sounds like a workaround. So what happened? I lost my nephew. You lost your nephew? Yeah, he was sitting on the cushion and we were driving with the sunroof open. And you know, these roads in Mumbai, bro, every one of them has potholes. So I think I landed rough in one of those potholes and my nephew, he straight bounced out through the sunroof. The police are still looking for him. So anyways, I called my third friend who is a car enthusiast and this is what he said. Of course, bro, you can have my car. In fact, I've made some recent modifications to the car and your sister, she will love it. What sort of modifications? You know, I've added hydraulics to the suspension. Okay, what does that mean? You know, it's like one of those cars you see in hip hop music videos where the car bounces as you drive. And I was trying to imagine that drive, and my friend, he quickly added, hey, listen, you know what? I have synchronized the bounce to the song Despacito. It's going to look hip. So there you have it. And that is why I had to send my sister off in an Uber. Thank you, and back to you, TMoD.
Indeed, it was a great session. Amazing. Let me call the fourth evaluator again, Toastmaster Sudha, to read the objective of the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Raghav.
Sorry, I was so carried away by the speech. You'll have to give me 1 minute to get back my bearings. 1 second. Yeah, so today my speaker Raghav Ehsan is delivering his L1 P2 speech in the Pathways presentation mastery. The time duration is about 5 to 7 minutes. He hasn't been able to share the evaluation form for me, but I think it would be basically on how to enhance your presentation skills in the path of presentation mastery. Over to you for this speech title, Toastmaster of the Day.
Your voice is, you are on mute.
Ajay, you are on mute.
I'm really sorry. Let me repeat again. Toastmaster Raghav, the era of data, Toastmaster Raghav, over to you.
Am I audible and visible to all of you? Thank you. Long back, when a country or person had more land, become more powerful. After the industrial evolution, when a person or country had more industry, become more powerful. But in today's world, a person or country had more data, become more powerful. I have a question to all of you. How many of you are aware about the Twitter deal done by the Elon Musk? Just raise your hand if anybody is aware. Thank you so much. This Twitter deal done by the Elon Musk was a $42 million deal. And a $42 million deal has no physical form. Even it does not require a pocket-sized space to keep within. And you will surprised to know that more than 70 countries of this world does not have an annual budget of $42 million. Just imagine the power of Elon Musk because of having the data. Now the question is, what makes Twitter so costly? And what is spending $42 million? It's the data and the information Twitter have make them so costly. Let me tell you one thing, when one side you will call to someone or share or send anything from one place to another place, you have to pay for it. But in case of social media, everything is free. The calling is free, video calling is free, chatting is free, sharing picture is free. Everything is free in this social media. Don't you surprise and think why everything is free in this social media, although it requires a lot of money for its regular functioning. Let me tell you, like every machine needs energy in the form of petrol or diesel for its regular functioning, this social media needs data in the form of energy. And who provides data in the form of energy? We provide data to them by like, dislike, sending message, sending personal informations of ours and others. And so we become the source of energy for this social media. And these social media have very intense calculating power, artificial intelligence, and they are applying so many algorithms. And all the information we are sharing to them, they are stored in the form of data. And whatever data they have, they will use this data in future to become more powerful. Let me tell you that as per the current information of May 2022, the net worth of Google is $1,549 billion. $1,549 billion. Many countries in this world does not have this budget of $1,549 billion. Take the example of Facebook. It is around $600 billion. So they all, but if you see, this social media industry does not produce anything. Just they get data from all of us and they use it correctly. Now, at this point of time, all these social media company have enough information about our like, dislike, and what we want, what we does not like. And by applying this intense calculating power, artificial intelligence, they will try to control our activities. So in future, maybe like Food Panda, Zomato, and Swiggy will decide which food we should like. Amazon will decide which book we should read. And many other social media. Maybe, application will decide your marriage, your hobby, your educations, your jobs, the country you want to settle in. So slowly, our mind will be hijacked by the social media. So now what is the impact of long-term frequent use of social media in future? Nowadays, if you'll see, loss of sleep is very common. Depression is very common. Idea and habit become fixed. It will reduce the face-to-face interaction. And, relationship failure. Low self-esteem because of more social comparison. And distance from nature, playground, and relationship will make them more vulnerable. So while using this social media, we have to understand the negative part also and use it wisely. 1.5 years back, I used to spend more time on social media, but slowly, I reduced a lot. The bottom line is, we know the advantage of social media at this point of time. Like in case of pandemic, we are connected at this moment also, we are connected to each other because of the social media. But we have to use it wisely to save our personal matters. And while sharing of information, we should apply our mind. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Wow. Amazing. It was amazing, informative speech, Toastmaster Raghav. It was really. And I truly believe this artificial intelligence is really, head of on all the social media websites. They are taking over. Absolutely. Yeah. So actually there is some changes in the session. So we have to do some installation of the new EXCOM members. So I'm going to hand over to Babu sir, Toastmaster Babu sir. Please go ahead with the session. Because as per Vishal, he said to me.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, or rather, good afternoon. It's just 12 o'clock. Yeah. Though the Toastmaster of the day did not ask me about my dreams, I would still venture to stick my tongue out and say that when I was young, I used to dream of being a writer, including being a script writer. But then over a period of time, when career took over, this dream started fading away. And I must say that today, after that 2.5 minutes of roasting by Toastmaster Joy, it seemed like I were in a car without an AC, as if the AC had conked out. And let me tell you that this dream has indeed faded away completely. Well, sorry, Joy, I just couldn't hold myself to take a dig at you, but I thought let me start the installation, which is generally a boring affair, on a rather lighter note. So thanks, everyone. And let us begin with the installation process. Now, there's been a lot of brouhaha that has been taking place outside our homes and on the streets and neighborhood, as you would all know. I'm talking of the political upheaval that is taking place. But it is so heartening to note that at Mumbai Speakers, where we recently had our elections, it has been a rather serene and should I say, a seamless transition, and we could ring out the old and bring in the new without much of that brouhaha. So I would, for that, just ask all of you to put your hands together for all the Toastmasters here, particularly the outgoing officers and the incoming officers who have embellished this session with their wonderful presence. Great. So without much ado, let us begin the installation process. Okay. We have a Zoom master, right?
Yes.
So can we have the spotlight on the outgoing club officers, at least those who are present here? Okay, the reason I ask you to do this is that the last 6 months have been a wonderful journey for all of us at Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. And let me tell you that from what we have seen of the progress and the success of all the members in Mumbai Speakers, there has been a very silent band of people. And these are the 7, plus of course the immediate past president, who have stood up, dedicated their time, their efforts, their commitment to ensuring that today we are a club to reckon with. So let us all put our hands together once again and acknowledge the sincere efforts and contribution of the outgoing EXCOM team. Thank you, Toastmasters, for the work that you have done in the last 6 months and for the work that you will still have to do for the rest of the week till the 30th of June, 2022. As of June the 30th, you will be discharged from all duties and responsibilities as the EXCOM officers of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. And now I would like to shift the spotlight on the incoming officers. So can we have the spotlight on them, please? The installation would be done in the following order. We would start with the Sergeant at Arms first, and then the Treasurer, Secretary, VPPR, VP Membership, VP Ed, and of course, the President. Okay, so let me begin with the formal script of the installation. I, the installation officer, am here to install the officers of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life, to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think creatively. If any one of you has a gavel with you, well, I've lost mine. You can hold the gavel as a symbol of leadership, as I briefly describe the challenges that you must meet and the responsibilities that you must fulfill. Toastmaster Engelbert, who will be our Sergeant at Arms in the new team. You are responsible for club property management, meeting room preparation, and hospitality. Of course, a lot of this refers to the physical setting, but I'm sure we will be transiting to that very soon. So many of these responsibilities will make a lot of sense. Will you perform your duties to the best of your ability? Toastmaster Engelbert. You may say, I will. Unless you don't want to.
I will.
Okay. Okay. So maybe we'll have a huge round of applause later once I have completed the installation. Okay, let's now move on to the next role, which is that of the treasurer. Also a very important role, I must say, in a Toastmasters meeting. Our treasurer, our incoming treasurer is Toastmaster Raghav. Now let me detail your responsibilities. Toastmaster Raghav, you are responsible for the club financial policies, procedures, and the controls. You will receive and disburse, with the approval of the club, all the club funds, pay to Toastmasters International all the financial obligations as and when they become due, and keep an accurate record and account of all the transactions. Toastmaster Raghav, will you perform your duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. And let us now move on to another very important role, that of the secretary. Toastmaster Urmila, who has kindly consented to be the secretary. Once again, let us have the spotlight on her. Is she there? Okay, there you are. Right, Toastmaster Urmila, you are responsible for the club records, the correspondence, writing down the minutes, and everything that goes on during a particular session. Will you perform your duties to the best of your ability?
You're on mute, Urmila.
You're on mute, I think.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a loud consent. Thank you so much. Okay. And now we move on to the next role. And this is the role of the Vice President, public relations, another very key role in today's setting, today's online meetings particularly. Toastmaster Mehak, who will be playing the role of a Vice President Public Relations. Toastmaster Mehak, you are responsible for developing and directing a publicity program for the club, which will inform members and the general public about Toastmasters International and Mumbai speakers in particular. Will you perform your duties as a VPPR to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And now we move on to the Vice President membership. And this will be taken up by none other than Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Harsh, as Vice President membership, you are responsible for planning, organizing, and directing a program that ensures member retention as well as growth of the club membership. Will you perform your duties to the best of your ability? Toastmaster
I will.
Harsh. Thank you so much for your consent. And now we move on to the Vice President Education. And this will be played or taken up by a very familiar face, Toastmaster Vishal Mehta. So Toastmaster Vishal, as Vice President Education, you are responsible for planning, organizing, and directing a club program which meets the educational needs of the individual members, which includes mentoring, hand-holding them throughout the Toastmasters journey, directing them on the Pathways program, conducting educational sessions, having joint meetings, and whatever you would like to innovate and imagine. So will you perform your duties to the best of your ability, Toastmaster Vishal?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now we go on to the big one, the post of the President of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. And we have a name which is going to make waves at least for the next 6 months. Toastmaster Sarika Shah. You have been elected as the President of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. You are its Chief Executive Officer. You are expected to preside at all the club meetings, at all regular and special meetings of the Executive Committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. It is also your challenge to see that the club helps the area, the division, the district, and the Toastmasters International to meet their goals. A lofty, lofty responsibility indeed, I must say, but I'm sure you're up to the task. Now, as I said, normally we have a gavel, so I will give you a virtual gavel, which you may accept as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to the office. Now, let me explain what this gavel is all about. The gavel denotes a symbol of the power and the authority that is given to you by the members of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team, as you know, is more than a collection of people. It's an emotional force that is rooted in the feelings, the thoughts, and the actions of all members with a common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. We request you to work with your team members to create a healthy and a dynamic club of which everyone will be proud of. Will you, Toastmasters Harika, as president, accept this challenge and perform your duties to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I will.
Thank you for that consent, and a loud one at that.
By the way, I have the gavel here.
Oh, you do? Maybe I will call on you to...
No. I got the property of Mumbai speakers with me, which I will hand it over for the physical meeting. Yes.
Fine, absolutely no problem.
I accept it virtually.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay, now it is now my pleasure to declare all these Toastmasters, these 7 incoming club officers, installed into the offices to which they have been elected. Now, there is another position which I have not spoken about and which we do not elect into the incoming ExCom, and that is the role of the immediate past president, or IPP as we call. Now, technically, the IPP is also a part of the incoming ExCom as an advisor, a guide, a mentor for the 7 who will follow. So let us include our current past president and soon to be immediate past president, Sudha Warrior, into the ExCom team as well. Now let us give all of them a huge round of thunderous applause and welcome them to this new team.
Thank you so much, Babu sir. Can we have a spotlight of all the
Yes,
ExCom
I
members?
still have a little bit left. Let me just finish that. Okay. Now I would like to address the club collectively. In a physical meeting, I would have asked all of you to please stand, but you may just put your hand across your chest and say, the growth and development, you need not recite after me, I will read it for you. The growth and development of the Toastmasters program in Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club depends largely upon the actions of this group that we have elected to office. On your honor, as men and women of Toastmasters, do each one of you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year? I expect a yes from all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much to all the members of... Now, I would like to have the spotlight on the installed club president, Toastmaster Sarika Shah, and the immediate past president. Let's have a spotlight and perhaps even a photograph, if we can.
Yes, photos taken.
Okay. Let us also have one photo of the incoming officers and the outgoing officers. We might need to have the members switch off their videos, otherwise we wouldn't know.
Sorry, Babu sir, you said the incoming?
Incoming and the outgoing.
So, okay, got it.
Basically, the old and new ExCom.
Yeah.
There's Joy.
I think it's not allowing me to add any more spotlight. I think I maxed out 9.
Oh, is it?
What we can do, we can turn off the cameras of members. We can
Yeah,
keep
that's
on
right. That's the only way. Switch off the cameras of all the members and we just have the incoming and the outgoing.
Can we add Joy now?
I think Joy is there. Yes, he's there.
Cheese.
It's done.
Yeah, and one last photo, if I may trouble you, of only the incoming officers with, of course, the immediate past president. So the outgoing officers may shut off their videos this time. VPPR, I'm doing this, all of this for you.
Yes, yes.
Harsh has to come in. And
Yes.
Ritik.
Done.
I'm here, ma'am.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
This photo is done.
Wait 1 minute. I think I should be going off. I don't know why I'm here. Just hold on 1 second. I'll switch off.
Okay, so just done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Last time during the elections, I got our incoming president to say a few words. I will probably spare her that moment this time. And in turn, or instead, I would request our immediate past president, because I'm sure that going forward, she's going to really hanker for talk time. So let me give her this talk time and let us hear from her on her thoughts of her journey as president the last 6 months in her own way. Over to you, Madam President Sudha Warrior.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Babu. For sure, about hankering of time, I don't think that moment will ever come. As you can see in your example, you have been a mentor for the last 1.5 years. You're still a part of us. So I'm definitely not going anywhere. I'm a part of Mumbai Speakers, and wherever, whenever they need any kind of support, I'm there to offer, because this is my baby. And I will make sure that the baby is strong enough to walk by its own. I will be there. And even after that, why not? Come for their graduation, come for the Mumbai Speakers graduation as well. I'll be there. So as far as my journey goes, as I've mentioned in my last meet as well, it was a very enriching experience personally for me, because I think from a Toastmaster, I graduated to be a mentor and a coach. So that is my learning as well. Apart from the speeches that I've given and the parts that I've completed, I think the joy that I've got by being a part of Mumbai Speakers have been too many in terms of the last minute challenges that we had, in terms of trying to reach out to some people. And it's not about me alone doing this. I mean, if there were people behind me, like I do want to name some names here. Definitely the ExCom members I really looked up to was Joy, definitely. Many times Raghav and Deep, of course, was a part of the whole game earlier. And now Vishal has taken over so beautifully, and he's literally become the strongest pillar today for Mumbai Speakers. I really look forward to him nurturing and mentoring people, so that we have that second, third layer also being built in this family. And that's how this Mumbai Speakers flag will keep flying high. Nothing much to say. I just feel humbled and thank everyone for giving me this opportunity, which I enjoyed thoroughly. And I'm looking forward to the new XCOM to take this club under the flagship of Toastmaster Sarika to greater heights. Congratulations and wishing everyone all the very best. Over to you, Bamswar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha. I think you have spoken for all of us. We wish the club all the very best for the next leg of the Toastmasters journey. And for this, of course, I must once again thank all the incoming officers for having raised their hand, or rather put their hand up for taking up this leadership responsibility. And I can tell you, or rather vouch for the fact that this is going to be another enriching experience for all of you in Toastmasters. And at the same time, I would also beseech the outgoing officers to please be there for the incoming officers and guide them as and when is required, so that we have a wonderful journey for all of us together at Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters. And with that, I think my role as an installation officer has come to an end, and I pass on the gavel or the baton to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ajay. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Babu sir. Congratulations to all new members for the new journey for 6 months, and we're going to work closely, and we're going to participate more in all the sessions. Thank you, and congratulations to everyone again. Yeah. So Vishal, I wanted to ask you because we have now 12:23 now. So can you go ahead with the table topic sessions, or we can go ahead straight away with the feedback session? Because
I believe we can first get the timing report for the 4 speakers and see whether they've qualified or not for the voting.
Yeah.
So timing report for the prepared speeches, right? Toastmaster.
Correct.
Toastmaster Vishal. Yeah. So everyone has been qualified. Toastmaster Raghav was short of just 2 seconds for getting disqualified. So Toastmaster Harsh took 6 minutes 13 seconds. Then Engelbert took Toastmaster Engelbert took 5 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Joy took 5 minutes 45 seconds, and Toastmaster Ragib took 7 minutes 28 seconds.
Okay, great. I'm just launching the polls. If everyone can just take a few seconds to cast your votes. Yep, I think we're good, and we can take it forward to the next table topic sections. We can maybe have a quick 15-minute session on table topics. I think it will be good.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So it's time now for the table topic sessions. Please help me to invite young and dynamic Toastmaster Ritik to take this part of sessions. Over to you, Toastmaster Ritik, for the table topic session.
Thank you, Toast.
Yeah,
thank
we
you,
have less
Toastmaster
time, so
Ritik.
we have to finish up as early as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep it short. Thank you. So the second session is a table topic session, and the meaning of this session is you need to speak impromptu. You won't be given the title of speech before the meeting. You will be given the title in spot, and you need to pick up the words and you need to speak something out on that. So today the process is a bit different. I won't be telling you to raise your hands. I'll be asking you to give a speech, and that will also be done randomly. Okay, so before jumping to the table topics, let me invite the timer to give the timing guidelines. Timer Chetan, over to you.
Yeah. So earlier we used to have 20 minutes, but right now we are just considering 15 minutes for table topics. So I have considered 12 minutes for green light, 30 minutes, 30 seconds for yellow card, and 15 minutes for red card. And if we are getting over 15 minutes, 30 seconds, then it will be disqualified. Kindly let me know in case of any concerns with the timings.
Sorry to interrupt, timer. The timing guidelines are not for the whole table topic session. It's for only one speech. So we can keep the simpler one, the 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for green card, we have 1 minute. For yellow card, we have 1 minute 30 seconds, and then for red card, we have 2 minutes. And if you are going over 2 minutes 30 seconds, then the person will be disqualified.
Okay. So can you stop share?
Sure.
I'll be sharing the screen. Once I pick the word and pick the person and the table topic, then you can start sharing. Okay. So what we will be going to do, we have the names of everyone on the wheel, and we'll be spinning this wheel to figure out who is going to give table topic, and it will be random. And if you don't want to give this table topic, you can pass on to the next person. So let's spin this for the first time. Let's see who comes on the board. So it's Vishal K. It was very dicey between Ajay and Vishal. Vishal, are you okay to go with the table topics?
Hi. Yeah, I'm okay to go.
Okay, you're okay to go. That's very nice. Zoom Master Spotlight Vishal on the screen.
Yes. Does he have his video on?
Yes, he has.
Okay, just give me a second.
Okay, so I'll remove him from the wheel now, and we'll go to the table topics now, like which table topic he can pick. So that will be random also. And Vishal, for kind information for you, you can spin this wheel for 2 times. If you want to pick the number at the first stage, you can tell me like I want to pick this number. And if you don't want to pick that number, then you can pick. You can spin the wheel one more time. So you have 2 spins. Okay. So let me spin this for you for the first time. Okay. The number is 1. Do you want to keep this number or do you want to spin it one more time?
No, it is fine. We can keep this number.
Okay, that's great. Let's move to the table topics. The table topic is, what is your dream job and why? Toastmaster Vishal, what is your dream job and why? Toastmaster Vishal, over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Ritik and the fellow Toastmasters. So in the childhood, I first thought of joining an army. So earlier, I used to view various movies which were during that time, which was launched was Border. And after seeing that movie, I was very much inspired of joining an army. After completing my 10th, even I had filled the form of NDA to see if I could qualify for that. But later, as we got into our study schedule, I joined engineer and completed my engineering. But that dream of joining an NDA or army officer remained in myself. Apart from that, another dream which I had was becoming an entrepreneur, which I'm still pursuing. I'm working in a job in an IT company, and I'm parallelly trying to pursue if I could enrich my skills and become an entrepreneur. And hence, I wanted to develop my public speaking, and hence thought of joining this session and academy. Thanks, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Ritik.
That was a fabulous table topic, Toastmaster Vishal. And I got to know like there is a patriotism in your blood. And what major 3 things you have, like the NDA, entrepreneurship, and after all, you're an engineer as well. So you can do anything. Okay. So that was wonderful. Timer, can you stop share the screen? I'll be sharing it again to pick somebody else now. Okay. Let's move the screen now. Who we have the next? Should we spin it? Yeah.
Yep.
So now we have Ajay. That was quite interesting. So Ajay, do you want to proceed with it or not?
You can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Let's move to the number picker. I'm spinning it. It's on your luck. The topic can be hard as well. I have a variety of topics. So let's go on your luck. Okay. The number is 17. Do you want to spin it again or do you want to keep this number?
Keep the number.
That's great. That is AB de Villiers jersey number. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So the table topic is be in this moment. Be in this moment. Toastmaster of the day, Ajay. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, table topic master Ritik. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. It is like present in the moment, whatever the circumstances, whatever situations comes on your professional or in the personal life, you should be in the moment. You should take guidance from the parents. You should take guidance from the elder one and do the things with a proper manner, which help, which support you in into progress in whatever way you can do. So whatever you do, you can do it with the calm. You can do with the politeness and be in the moment. Whatever comes to you, and you can show your confidence. You can do whatever things comes to you. You can do perfections. Yeah. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Ajay. It was quite nice. You told about the thing is like live in the present. Don't think about the future and past. And always focus on the small things rather than thinking about the whole future. And getting the guidance from the parents as well. So that was great, Toastmaster of the day, Ajay. And let's move to the third table topic speaker, who we have now. Let's spin it. Okay. So the person is Joy. Toastmaster Joy. Are you okay to proceed with the table topics?
Yes, please.
That's great. Let's see how's the luck of Joy today. Let's spin this wheel for one more time. Okay, so the number is 16. Toastmaster Joy, do you want to proceed with this number or do you want me to spin it again?
Let's go ahead, please.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so the number is 16 and the topic is I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. Toastmaster Joy, over to you.
I'm a dreamer, so fits the title to the kind of person that I am. And by that, what I mean is I am essentially lazy. So I don't like to go ahead and do a whole lot of things for the benefit of others. I don't even like to go ahead and do a whole lot of things for my own benefit. So what do such people do? They dream. And that is what I do. So, since the entire theme today was about dreams and ambitions, I was trying to go back in time and also go ahead and answer this question that TMoD Ajay was asking everyone. What was your dream as a child? And like I said, I used to go ahead and dream a lot. And then again, I wanted to ensure that I don't do something which is too laborious, and pretty much every job on the horizon looked laborious. It looked time consuming. It looked like a lot of hard work. So I eventually decided that, I was going to be an author because their job looked so relaxing. All they have to do is go about and dream something up, visualize things that are not existing, and then go ahead and jot them down. And that's what, I started doing from a very early age. I started writing things down. So I used to always have a journal and go ahead and dream things, make things up, and start writing them down. Usually you have one of those people in your families who either go ahead and make your life or break your life. So I had this one uncle who asked me, what is it that I want to do? And I told him I want to be an author, AKA J.K. Rowling. And he said, listen, Joy, if you're not going to be the top 50 in any field, you shouldn't even bother. So I never bothered. But even today, I continue to dream. And I like that. I think those
Table Topics Master Ritik. I think you went ahead and rigged this little topic particularly for me. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Ritik.
That was on the random basis. That was a great table topic, Joy. You put your experience on the table, how corporate works. So I can also relate to that, being a 1-year experienced person in it. So that's amazing, and you want to proceed with the artistic style in future, and you want to be the writer. So that's amazing, and I'd love to hear what you have written till now. I'm coming to Mumbai soon. So that's all. Let's move to the next person who can be picked. So let's spin it. So the person is our newly elected president, Toastmaster Sarika. Sarika, do you want to proceed with it or not?
Yes.
Let's go to the wheel to figure out the number. Okay, so the number is 20.
Okay.
Do you want to proceed with it, or do you want to spin
Yes,
it again?
please proceed.
That's great. It looks like nobody's like me to spin it twice. Okay, so the topic is take only memories, leave only footprints. Take only memories, leave only footprints. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. This is a difficult one. Take only memories, leave only footprints. So I truly believe, that whatever you do every day creates a memory. You go on a trip, you create a memory, and you learn something, and every day teaches you something. And in fact, I always wonder at the end of the day before going to sleep, when I pray, I always think that what is a new thing that I learned today, which I would like to take forward as a memory and remember what all good things I did today, and which will remain in my memory for long. And also, you need to embellish. And how did I embellish my today so well so that I can leave a footprint for the others? So yeah, it's a beautiful quote. And memories is something that really strive you to live forward and to look forward. In fact, every day you have to be in the moment, but it is only the memories that always gives you a kick to move forward, I think. And leaving a footprint definitely is something that I think is my ultimate goal, that at least on my deathbed, when I am dying, I have at least influenced one person or two person, and I have left some footprint in their life. So that is my aim. So yeah, over to you. Thank you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarika. That was amazing table topic. You've shown a character before taking the charge of president, and we can relate to it. Like the leadership you'll be giving to the Mumbai speakers, that will be remarkable and rememberable as well. The way Toastmaster Sudha did for us in the last 6 months, precisely 1 year. Okay, so let's move to the next person, and we don't want to waste the time. Okay, so let's spin it. Who is in the luck now? It's Toastmaster Babu's. Toastmaster Babu said, do you want to proceed with it or not?
Make sure all the big wiggies are here. Huh?
Yes, I will.
That's great. Okay, let's pick a number now. The number is 18. Virat Kohli's jersey number. Do you want to proceed with it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's great. Okay. So the topic we have 18. So the table topic is sometimes giving up is the best option. Sometimes giving up is the best option. Over to you, Toastmaster Babu. This one is pretty hard for you.
Yes. Thank you, Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. It's so politically correct to always say that never give up. Try and try till you succeed. It's good. I am not disputing that statement at all. Definitely, We have to give every situation our last breath, our last ounce of energy to make sure that we succeed. But then sometimes it does happen in life that you are beating your head against a wall. There may be situations in life where you know that perhaps you are only that much talented. Now, if I aspire to be like a Roger Federer on a tennis court, I like tennis, all right. Okay, if I aspire to be like him, well, fair enough. The aspirations are good, but do you have the resources? Do you have the time? Do you have the logistics for it? So sometimes we need to think practically to understand whether our situation, our circumstances will allow us to go that far in our pursuit of success. So I would only say that sometimes giving up certain lofty ideals would perhaps be the best option, and to set our goals at such levels that we are able to achieve them, so that at the end of the day we don't feel disappointed, because most of the disappointment in life generally arises because we are not able to achieve what we wanted or what we set off with, and that is purely because I think these goals are too lofty for an average normal common person like me or someone else. So I think let us uh, sometimes understand the gravity, the reality of a situation, and let us set our goals accordingly, so that we don't have to end up in a situation where we have to forcibly give up. And if we have to give up and you feel that is the right way of doing it, so be it. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Babu sir. It was like the whole experience of life is on the table, and you're seeing it. So that is amazing to listen, like the way you portrayed whole thing, the example of Roger Federer, and that was quite amazing. The same thing I was thinking in my mind also, like how we can answer this question. Okay, that was a great table topic. One of the stand-alone inning of Rahul Dravid, like Babu sir did for the table topics. Okay, so that was great. Let's move to the next table topic, and we'll be picking one more person. And can someone confirm we can continue with the table topics, or we can have a couple of more?
I believe we can have this at the last one.
Okay. Okay. So Toastmaster Harsh, do you want to proceed with it or not?
Definitely yes.
Definitely yes. Okay. I should have removed this question from my script. Okay. Let's spin the wheel now. Okay. Okay, the number is 2. Do you want to pick this number, Toastmaster Harsh, or do you want to spin it again?
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it. Okay, that's great. Let's move to the second table topic. The table topic is what gets you excited about life? What gets you excited about life, Toastmaster Harsh, except Bumble?
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ritik. My topic for today is what. I would like to take the liberty of changing slightly the topic. I would like to ask myself, what doesn't get me excited in life? Every morning when I wake up, there's always a different task which you need to perform. That excites me a lot. Every day in the office, for a lot of people, it's same because they have to do the same task. But it is up to you. How do you change your day every day? Many people think that their life is monotonous, but I strongly believe monotony is a concept. If it depends on the person, not as to the situation. So it is in your hand to make your life monotonous or a change worthy life. So I am on the other hand of the circle. So I like to have different things. So even irrespective of my job or my life is monotonous, I like to change it in the way I like it. And that is what excites me. Learning something new, doing something different, what others aren't doing, others aren't doing, and reaching where no one else is. That's pretty much what excites me nowadays in my life, apart from Mumbai. So yeah, thanks a lot, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. It was something like the main crisis you answered is like don't want to keep your life monotonous. You want it you want to keep it as excited as you can. So that was something great. And yeah, you removed the mumble part from it, but that was good. I didn't want to listen that. Okay, but that was great. Let's keep one more table topic, the last one, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. The last one is. Okay. Where it is going? VTM Rajiv. VTM Rajiv, are you okay to go with table topics?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let me spin the wheel for you. It was a tie between Sudha and Rajiv, so I can't say anything on it. Okay, so the number is 19. So do you want to keep this number or do you want to spin it again?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, that's great. That looks promising. Okay. The topic for you is I don't give up, I don't give up, I don't give up, I don't give up. VTM Rajiv, over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, table topic master Ritik. In life, we should keep this statement: don't give up, because if you try yourself fully, you can achieve your goal. In my life also, I never give up any situations. I started my career from Delhi. For something to achieve, I went to Chennai. Then again, I moved to Mumbai. From Mumbai, I moved to uh, Ahmedabad. Then from Ahmedabad, I moved to Mumbai once again. So whatever situations comes in my life, I have taken it with a great seriousness. And whatever challenges you face in life, you try hard to achieve it. I'm sure when you put your 100%, once you will achieve your goal. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, VTM Rajiv. That was a great table topic to show we should never give up. Okay, that was great table topic session we had, and now we can call timer to give us the timing guidelines. Timer Chetan, can we have the timing guidelines? Timing report, sorry.
So Toastmaster Vishal took 1 minute 12 seconds. Toastmaster Ajay took 1 minute. Toastmaster Joy took 1 minute 45 seconds. Toastmaster Sarika took 1 minute 27 seconds. Then Toastmaster Babu took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Then Toastmaster Harsh took 1 minute 9 seconds. And Toastmaster Rakib took 1 minute 12 seconds.
Okay, so meanwhile, poll master can prepare the polls, and I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Ajay. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Ajay.
Thank you so much, table topic master Ritik. It was indeed a embellished table topic sessions. Everyone shared their thoughts, impromptu, fabulous. So let me call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Sharika, to take forward next session part of the session. Next part of the session, yeah. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dr. Ajay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. The purpose of general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. And I think this is the most important session because I always say feedback is the breakfast of a champion. So it is very important to know what and how you have delivered and how you have performed. Now, to help me in this general evaluation, I will now call upon my evaluator. So let's move on to the first evaluator, Toastmaster Mehek. Before that, timer, can you please provide the timing guidelines for the evaluation?
So for speech evaluation. Each evaluator has 2 to 3 minutes. I will show the green card at the end of 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. For speech evaluation, we have grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the time limits. I'll present the timing report when called upon by the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. Now, I will call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Mehek, who will evaluate our first speaker.
You're mute, sorry.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Timer. Now I'll call upon Toastmaster Mehek to evaluate Toastmaster Harsh. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehek.
Thank you, General Evaluator Sarika. Toastmaster Harsh, it is not the person, it is the situation. That title is actually pretty clear. It gives the audience an idea of what the speech can be. It tells me that people have a lot of perspectives. That is how people work. Everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own situation in which they function. And I don't have to be someone who judges so easily. The first line that you used, "A man is known by the shoe he wears," that actually brings the attention of the audience towards you. And the way you explained it, where you compare it with the economical backgrounds, and then you can say that don't judge them. Again, spot on. Your speech, the complete speech where your flow comes in, where you have the first statement where you hit the people with a very good line, that is a very strong sentence. Then you come on to your own personal experience where you have your own job experience, and then you learn something from your mistakes. You learn that you were judging too quick, you were very impulsive on your decisions, and that is why you became more considerate. That made you a better person, which was very clear from the story and also relates to the topic. And then you move on to your relating the childhood. You bring the childhood of everybody, saying that we throw tantrums and we are ranting. Again, something that will relate the audience to your topic, which again works pretty well. And in the end, you connect the first line to that final line. The final line actually is very, 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 very good. A man is known from the way he imagines himself in someone else's shoes. This makes us think back on a lot of things that a lot of decisions that we make in life. And I think that message was pretty clear. So the purpose of the speech was very, very well attained. Your language was clear, your speed was good. I missed a few bits of your speech because of the internet connection, and you had very good eye contact. But the only thing that I would suggest would be a little more flair. Like, you have a very good way of delivery, but it can be more dramatic. You said once, I remember the one sentence where you said, "I was horrendous." Maybe you can give the eyes, I was horrendous, or the hand actions, those kind of things. That makes me like, I don't want to move my eyes from the screen. I don't want to look away from it. So that would be just one suggestion. Overall, you had a very good speech, and all the best for your further speeches. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. Now let's move on to the next evaluation for the next speaker. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Engelbert. And to evaluate Toastmaster Engelbert, I'm the evaluator only for Toastmaster Engelbert. Okay, so Toastmaster Engelbert, your start, and I think I've been evaluating your speech maybe since last 3 times. You are my speaker whom I'm evaluating. This gives me an opportunity to at least compare the earlier speeches with the current one. And I have to tell you that you are actually implementing the feedback and moving on to the next speech. I mean, there's a really very good journey from your first speech, which I evaluated, to maybe this is 3rd or 4th speech I'm evaluating. So very good. you started your speech with the asking questions, and this always I remember and I've observed that Engelbert comes with a very different start. You always ask questions, you engage with the audience, so I think that is very good, and keep it on. To find your better version, you divided the structuring of the speech into 3 parts. You started with a personal story. I like the personal touch that you gave this time, and you spoke about your mom, your mentor in office, and Babu sir, and how you linked your personal stuff in the speech. Uh, so that was a good part, because I remember earlier I given you a feedback that please include some personal touch so that we can relate to you rather than just the topic. So that was a good improvement in the speech. You used prop when you spoke about learning. You used an onion, so it was again a different, and so that was, I think, again an innovative way of making the speech. Now, if I have to give you suggestions, the only thing I have is that I think you didn't use the. I thought that you could improve on your end. Your end was sounding very abrupt. You took about the personal story, you gave the learning, but I think the end needed to be more sharp, and it needed to be more honed, because I think it just ended just suddenly. I couldn't get it more. I wanted to hear more that how the speech ends and what is that last motive. The last line was good, but somehow I couldn't relate the end. So that is something I think you can improve on. And also, you only spoke for 5 minutes 24 seconds, while the timing is still 7 minutes, and then you also have a grace period. So you could have utilized that time more and use the best of the time. So otherwise, overall, fantastic speech, Engelbert. You're really, and one correction, I gave the pathway number as L2P2, but actually it is L2P3. I just saw it. So sorry on that part. Otherwise, clarity, vocal clarity, hand gestures, everything, I think it was very good. And yeah, you really come up the curve. So hopefully to hear many more such speeches. And yeah, thank you. And over to the general evaluator, which I again take back. Okay, so let's move to the third part, the third speaker, Toastmaster Joy. And to evaluate Toastmaster Joy, we have our veteran Toastmaster Sudha. So for the third and fourth, both speech, it's Toastmaster Sudha. So over to you for your evaluation.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, everyone, and in particular, my speaker, Toastmaster Joy. Toastmaster Joy is giving his L4P1 speech today, a very advanced speech in the very, complex pathway, for me at least, which is engaging humor. But that comes very naturally to Toastmaster Joy. So what was he trying to do today was the objectives of the speech was that he should choose a random topic. He should try to attempt completing 2 speeches on the first topic drawn and also on the second topic, which kind of should fall in seamlessly. And I'm required to probably look at how he did well and which of the speech is a better one out of the 2. So if I really have to look at the speech he gave, he put us in, kept us in giggles right from the word start. And that's what Toastmaster Joy is known for. And storytelling is one of his strengths. And that is why the speech looked very, very easy and comfortable for him. He took over with the first speech, which was a comedy of errors, wherein he was probably trying to give a eulogy speech, but obviously ended up using the words of another speech in that particular situation. And he definitely brought in a lot of humor to that. And we enjoyed it so much. And it was definitely visualizing the embarrassment the speaker would have actually gone through. He did it beautifully. The second one was the sudden thunderstorm and how he had to probably entertain the groom and make sure the wedding preparations are in place, and the few calls that he made to his friends. Now, if I really have to tell the best things that he has done out of these speeches, that is a very natural thing for him. He has done it beautifully. There's nothing I should say on improvement. But there is one thing which I felt, there was no title to your project. Even if there were 2 speeches, you should have gone ahead and given a title. And you're pretty creative on that. You should have given a title, because I was lost in trying to summarize 2 speeches in an objective which didn't have a title. So maybe that could have been one thing which you could have thought about. The other thing is, I feel that, Joy, if I may say, to try and push you out of your comfort zone, storytelling and humor is your forte. But I feel that if you can probably try to look at the audience a little bit more and try to focus your attention to them, so that it becomes more a speech and including storytelling. I don't know if I've been clear in bringing out some improvements in the speech, but it was overall an awesome speech. I think, and humor itself is such a difficult topic for me. I mean, a difficult genre for me. And you do just wonders with it, and that too so effortlessly. So congratulations, and keep going and keep being that person out of the box for Mumbai speakers always. Congratulations and wish you all the best.
Thank you, evaluator Sudha. Yeah, the 4th one. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon once again, and in particular, my speaker, Toastmaster Raghav. Era of data. More land, more powerful. But now it's, if you have more data, you become more powerful. So definitely, he brought in a very important message about information, and information being the power. He then connected to the topic, which was on social media, and how exactly the big companies like Google and Facebook and Twitter do their deals based on just the information we as users give them. And that's how they've actually increased their market cap to the 1,000 billion and the 600 billion. And yes, you related it to the fact that some countries don't even have that as their budget to conduct GDP, as to conduct their workings of the country. And here it is one company having so much of market cap. I mean, it's ridiculous how you actually pointed it out in the way that Amazon will decide the book that you read. Zomato will decide the food that you eat. And you also brought out the negatives or the weaknesses of adopting a habit or an addiction of social media, which can lead to lack of sleep, relationship failure, low self-esteem, distancing from nature, and many more. And yes, a warning at the end, use it wisely. So overall, yes, it was a wonderful speech with a very relevant message for the people today who were again connected through social media to attend this particular meeting. If I had to really point out if there is any improvements in, if any, in this speech, is because the objective of the speech is presentation mastery. And I felt that you should have probably used some presentation aids, maybe used a PowerPoint, maybe tried to make it a little bit more formal, because you were just giving a speech. Now, what is presentation mastery? You have to probably take a little formal stance in how you're going to be doing it. And that can be done with some aids. Maybe you could have used PowerPoint and some facts which probably stand out. It was there in your speech, but when pictures and visuals stay longer in the minds of the audience. So that apart, it was a wonderful speech. Wish you all the best, and welcome to Mumbai speakers anytime. Thank you. Bye. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha. Now, can we have the polling for the best evaluator? Until the time the Zoom master sets up the poll, let me call upon the timer for the evaluation.
Sorry to interrupt, General Evaluator Sarika. Could we have the timing report just to make sure all the evaluators have qualified?
Yes.
Yeah. The first evaluation was given by Toastmaster Mahek. She took 3 minutes 9 seconds. Then second evaluation was given by Toastmaster Sharika. Even she took 2 minutes 56 seconds. The third evaluation given by Sudha for Joy was not qualified. She took 3 minutes 38 seconds. And the last evaluation was given for Anand by Toastmaster Sudha took 2 minutes 34 seconds.
So Sudha maybe didn't qualify for Joy's evaluation, but she
Yes.
qualified for Raghiv's evaluation. So yeah, you can have.
So polls should be
Okay.
on your screen now.
Thank you. Now, let me call upon our next tag team. Can I call upon the R counters report, please? Toastmaster Vishal,
Sure.
over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much, General Evaluator Sarika. So let me share my screen quickly. Just bear with me. Okay. If you can confirm, you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. So we started off with our presiding officer, Toastmaster Raghav. He had 2 crutch sounds. Then Toastmaster Ajay had 5+ crutch sounds and 2 filler words and 1 filler phrase. Toastmaster Chetan with 2 crutch sounds, 1 filler word. Toastmaster Vishal, that's myself, with 3 crutch sounds, 1 filler word. Toastmaster Sandeep with 2 crutch sounds and 1 filler phrase. Toastmaster Harsh with 1 crutch sound, 1 filler phrase. Toastmaster Engelbert with 3 crutch sounds, 3 filler words, and 2 filler phrases. Toastmaster Joy was pretty flawless in his prepared speech. I believe in his table topics, he got caught with the 3 crutch sounds. And then we have visiting Toastmaster Raghib with 1 crutch sound and 1 filler word. Then Toastmaster Babu with couple of crutch sounds and 3 filler words. We had table topic master Ritik with 2 crutch sounds, 1 filler word, and 1 filler phrase. Then we had Toastmaster Vishal K with 2 crutch sounds, one filler word. We had Toastmaster Mehek with 5+ crutch sounds and 1 filler word. Toastmaster Sarika with 2 crutch sounds and 2 filler words, and Toastmaster Sudha with 5+ crutch sounds and 1 filler words. And over to you, General Evaluator Sarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, for such a detailed report. Now let's move on to the next tag team player, a grammarian. So, grammarian, can you please share the report? Over to you, Toastmaster Sandeep.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and General Evaluator Sarika. First section is a good usage of language. Few of the very good words and phrases used were depressed, helpless, and hopeless in one sentence by Harsh, Toastmaster Harsh. Felt so horrendous. Being stubborn as adults. Look at the bigger picture. These were used by Harsh. Engelbert used 80% ready. Probably he was referring to his mentor guiding on the 80-20 principle, Pareto principle. That was pretty good. Be a visionary. Toastmaster Joy used I was being roasted. That was pretty good. Promise to be your navigator. Keeping long story short. Again, hullabaloo of things. Turning carbon neutral, that is fine. Piece by piece. Hip hop. Then era of data by Toastmaster Raghav. He used energy, a source of energy, social comparison. And then in between, there were a few good phrases used by Babu sir. Venture to stick tongue out, take a dig at someone. So he took a dig at Joy, I guess. In the table topics, some very good phrases used. Going back in time, on the horizon, Babu sir used in pursuit of success. That's pretty good. Not so a good use of language. I think everyone used the language pretty nicely. Very good. Word of the day usage. Word of the day was embellish, and it was used 5 times. Pretty good. It was used by Toastmaster Harsh, Toastmaster Engelbert, Toastmaster Joy, Toastmaster Babu sir, Toastmaster Sarika. It was used in the right context and setting. Thank you so much for using the word of the day, embellish. And this is all from my end. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. That was a fantastic grammarian report. Now it's my turn to evaluate the whole meeting. Before we start, let's please vote for the best auxiliary pair. Okay. So the meeting started at 11:01, I think, and the meeting started with a lot of josh. Vishal always comes with new ideas and a very high spirits, that I really feel the start is very fantastic, and that sets a good tone for the meeting. So very good, Vishal. Then came the presiding officer, and it was a very fantastic way with quote and all to announce the marriage announcement of the presiding officer. That was a nice way. So, and again, talking to the guest, that was done well. A good introduction by the presiding officer of TMoD, Ajay. Now let me talk about Ajay. Ajay, I mean, obviously I've been attending meetings and I've seen you since you have really come up the curve. I mean, it was just fantastic that how well today you conducted. I have attended your earlier TMoD session also, but today you were really sounding very flawless and a very good topic, dreams and ambitions. I wanted to, in fact, listen more to Ajay, but I think because of the time and all, I couldn't hear. So the start, how you gave about dreams and ambition, you engaged the audience, you asked question. I was waiting when will Ajay ask me a question about my dreams, and so very well engagement with the audience, introducing of tag team, very well done, and how. So there were 3 tag players. It was so well prepared. I mean, at least I thought that all the 3 questions were so different, that what dreams you achieved, what dreams you did not achieve, and what dreams are you chasing. So you actually covered the 3 aspects, which was I think a very well thought and prepared thing. So very good, Ajay, for that introduction and including all the 3 aspects. Then the word of the day, embellish. I think I first thought that maybe people will not use the word very often, but it was a good word, and there were 5 more usage. So that was good. Then we started with the speeches. Today, all the 4 speeches were very different. I really liked. Harsh is very new to the Toastmaster, but how confident he is. Harsh, really commendable. And he's such a smooth and smooth speaker, a natural speaker. So very good. And Mehak, you did a fantastic evaluation. I also agree to Mehak's point that, what I missed in Harsh speech was the hand gesture. So maybe that you can add some more drama, like Mehak said. So that was correct to the point evaluation done. The second speaker was Engelbert. I've already given the evaluation. Engelbert going very strong. Good luck to you. The third one was Joy. No words to express how flawless he is, and how he links people in his humor. Always you have some or the other Toastmaster buddy in his humor, and that keeps you so engaging, And whenever you have someone from the team, you are talking about you're roasting Joy. So that is a good fun to learn. So it was very nice. Divorced car. Oh my God, I've never heard about this word. So nice one. And really a lot to learn how spontaneous you can speak. So very good about, and how fast he cooks stories, I don't know how he thinks and how the story comes out. So very good, Joy, about that. Raghav. There's something very different about Raghav that I observed today in speech, and I've listened to so many speeches, that he had such good pauses. I mean, he was, so that's why I mentioned, all the 4 speakers were so different. He had his own pace of talking and nice pauses, so that you can register it, and then you can think about it, you can ponder, and then. So very well, like a professional, nice pauses and nice flow of the speech. So please do keep visiting Raghav. It was really pleasure to hear you. Then came the installation ceremony. Of course, it was Babu sir. So it has to be commendable. So very good. That installation ceremony happened very well. Then came the table topic session, Ritik. It was a different way to conduct the table topic session. in spinning the wheel about the participants also and in the number also. So it was good. And he also did one more thing different, which generally the TTM doesn't do, is after every speech, he did a small evaluation for every speaker. So every speech, he had something to evaluate about the table topic. So yeah, that was a bit different. One thing, I think today we were bad at the timing part, because the VP, Vishal did mention, we have only one speaker, but then again, we took two more table topic sessions. So I think on the timing part, it's already 1:17 on Sunday afternoon, and we still have at least 15 minutes. So maybe, we should work upon the timing part. I think that is very important. We should have encountered or factored the installation ceremony, and then accordingly we could have adjusted. So that is something, my suggestion for on the timing part. Mehek's evaluation was very good. Sudha, I don't have to say nothing to add. She's bang on always on the evaluation of whatever she does. And Sudha, ma'am, we are not going to leave you so soon. You have to, and we'll ensure that we drag you again and again, and for all your assistance, guidance, and everything. The R counter report, very good, detailed one. Grammarian, obviously I've already commented, very good about the detailed report on the grammarian part also. Only one suggestion, generally I've seen the grammarian report who only talks about what is the good usage and all, but they never, I don't know whether it's a practice in Toastmaster or not, to tell that yes, Joy used this word, that this was. So I've always heard that people only talk that these were the good usage, these were the not so good usage, and these were the suggestions. But generally we don't talk that, okay, Engelbert used this word, or so and so person used this word. So I don't know whether this is a practice or it is okay to use this type of word. And otherwise, overall, I think on the enthusiasm, Mumbai speakers have all the enthusiasm, performing of duties. All the tag player did a fantastic role, organizing the entire meeting. It sounded well prepared. So yes, so I really enjoyed the meeting, and I hope everybody else also enjoyed. So yeah, thank you. And this is my first time I'm being a general evaluator, so I hope I did a good job in that. So yeah, and thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day, for the theme to be continued.
Yeah, thank you so much, General Evaluated Toastmaster Sharika. Thank you so much. You did great job. And I have a lot of things to cover, but due to short time, we have to cover very fast. So yeah. APJ Abdul Kalam once said that dreams are not the ones that you see while you sleep. In fact, they are the ones that would not let you sleep. If you want to be a successful person, you need to implement and execute your dreams correctly. If time permits, I have one video to show. Can I go ahead? One video to show.
Hopefully it's a short video, so we
It's
can
very,
go ahead.
it's very short video.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Let me share. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. You can see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay.
Just increase the volume.
It's a maximum volume.
TMoD, you can share the screen with sound as well. So you can click on the checkbox to share the sound.
Yeah, please confirm it once it's done, then I play.
You need to do it like you need to stop share and you need to reshare it again. And when you reshare, then there is a checkbox on the bottom left where you can see share the sound.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, share sound, right?
Yep.
Mono or stereo? It's a mono only, now.
You only need to click on that checkbox.
I can directly play now?
Yeah, now you can directly play that.
Okay. Not okay? Can I play?
Please play. Let's see.
Yeah.
No, we're not able to hear anything.
Not able to hear?
No,
Hello?
no sound.
No sound, just a minute. Because sound is really required for this session. Now you can confirm.
Still not coming.
Coming?
No,
that's
not yet.
Okay.
TMoD, Ajay, stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Okay,
I'll
I
just
stopped.
walk you through.
I stopped sharing.
Now on Zoom, when you click on share screen, right, you will see all the windows.
Yeah.
Now on the extreme left at the bottom, you will see share computer sound. That needs to be checked.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that part.
Now you can select your window.
Today, gentlemen,
Confirm?
I've been honored to coach you. More honored to take you to the
Yes.
battle.
Okay.
Better, much better.
Another honor is being bestowed upon you. And that is the mantle that comes with that question. Who am I? I am a champion. That's right. You need to remember that all through this game. I will conquer what has not been conquered. Defeat will not be in my creed. I will believe what others have doubted. I will always endeavor to uphold the prestige, honor, and respect of my team. I have trained my mind and my body will follow. Who am I? I am a champion. I will acknowledge the fact that my opponents do not expect me to win. But I will never surrender. Weakness will not be in my heart. I will look to my comrades and to those who have brought me to this world and those who have trained me, and I will draw strength from them. Who am I? I am a champion. I will gradually go out into the field of battle, and I will move in everything I can do. And I will reach my field of battle at any means at my disposal. And when I get there, I will rise violently. I will rip the heart from my enemy and leave it bleeding on the ground, because he cannot stop me. Who am I? I am a champion. To my side, I have comrades. Comrades that have been through me through thick and thin, through sacrifice, through blood, through sweat, through tears. Never will I let them fall. Never will I let them down. And I will never leave an enemy behind. Because our opponent does not know my heart. Who am I? I am a champion. No one will deny me. No one will define me. And no one will tell me who and what I am and can be. Belief will change my world. It has moved continents, it has moved countries, it has put man on the moon. And it will carry me through this battle. Who am I? I am a champion. Defeat, retreat, those are not in my words. I don't understand those definitions. I don't understand when things go wrong. I don't understand mistakes. But I do understand this. I understand victory, and I understand never surrendering. No matter how bad things go, my heart, my mind will carry my body when my limbs are too weak. Who am I? I am the champion. Today will be that day. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, right here, in your house and in your home. Who am I? I am the champion. History will remember me. I will not let worry about him being kind. I will define myself. I will write my own praises. And no one will tell me what I can never be. I will never go out not knowing I've given everything I've got. Because who am I? I am a champion. 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 Because on these champions, I'm going 1, 2, 3. Champion. Go get these boys.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this, allowing me timing to present this. So, never ever forget the importance of D of life: dedication, determination, diligence, discipline, and keep alive championship within you. Hopefully, we will have to great story to share in the next upcoming sessions. Thank you. And over to you, presiding officer, Toastmaster Raghav. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Ajay. It was a beautiful team you chose for our meeting today. Dreams and ambitions. In fact, we got to know many of our members' childhood dreams today. For example, wearing the police uniform as a child and aspiring to be one when growing up. wanting to be a cricketer, wanting to be a tennis player, right? It was so enriching, and it is great to know. Even we got to know our Babu sir's childhood dream, which was amazing. So now I would like to ask the guest. I believe we have one guest in our session today. Guest Karishma. Karishma, are you there? How did you like today's session?
Yeah, I'm here. So I really enjoyed the session. It was amazing, very interesting. The structure of the meeting, the topics, the participation, just wow. So yeah, I really enjoyed the session.
Yeah, we are so glad you liked it, and hope to see you in future meetings as a member, of course.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so moving on. So we had 4 great speeches today. One of them being from a visiting Toastmaster. Is this the person or is this the situation? We will definitely rethink this quote. A man is known for the shoes he wears. We'll definitely rethink this one. How a mentor helps uncover talent, just like uncovering or peeling an onion to make a delicious dish, which was really nice. Some startling facts about how tech companies are making billions using the data that we are providing them. It was really illuminating. Again, a warm welcome to the incoming EXCO members, and thank you so much for all the hard work for the outgoing ones. The meeting went quite well, starting from an interesting theme to prepare speeches to installation of new XCOM, and last but not the least, a very interesting table topics session. Now it's time for the awards. Zoom Master, are we ready with the results? Yeah, great.
Yes, we are.
Can you please move on to the next screen? Yeah. So best prepared speaker is Toastmaster Joy. A huge round of applause for him. It was a great speech. Best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Babu. Congratulations, Toastmaster Babu. Toastmaster Sudha, best evaluator.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Sudha. Best auxiliary role player, Toastmaster Sandeep. It was an amazing job you did. Keep it up. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sandeep. Toastmaster Sarika, best big tree role player. It was an amazing first time general evaluation role you did, and you rocked it big time. Congratulations, Sarika, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I thank everyone for your participation in our meeting today, and I look forward to see you next Sunday again. And I declare the meeting adjourned. I request Zoom Master to send a guest to the breakout room with Toastmasters.